Saying no to Common Core testing, one school district in Florida says their students will not be taking the standardized test. What that could mean right here in the Bay Area. Plus, hackers attacking at least 6 U.S. banks. What you need to know right now about your bank account. And also, Joan Rivers in the hospital at this hour. We're being told she actually stopped breathing during some procedure she was having earlier this morning. We'll have an update on her condition. The Now Tampa Bay starts right now. Welcome to Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Laura Harris for the Now Tampa Bay. Topping your headlines right now at 4 o'clock. One school district in Florida, they say they will not be taking the Common Core test. That's the standardized test kids are supposed to be taking starting this year. What would all that mean, though, right here in the Bay Area? Take a listen.
Motion passes 3-2.
Those are Lee County teachers applauding. They just made history by becoming the first school district in the state to opt out of all statewide standardized tests. That would mean students in Lee County won't take the Common Core test. It's the same test mandated in 44 states across the country. Now, these standardized tests aren't without controversy, as some teachers say they end up teaching for the test instead of making their own lesson plans. Many parents say the tests simply aren't fair and that kids aren't prepared for them. Well, we wanted to take a look at what kind of questions kids would see on that test and, kind of get an idea of what they're really dealing with. For that, we've got digital producer Jarrett Hill with us right now. And Jarrett, you actually posted this question on our Facebook page earlier today.
I did, and we'll get to the question in just a second. I wanted people to make sure they understood Common Core very well. So to understand it a little bit, the United States did not before Common Core have a clear understanding and a clear standard of what students should be doing when they're in 5th grade, for instance. And so if you move from California to Florida, your standard could be a little bit different. And if you are exceeding in 5th grade here, when you get to Florida, you might actually be behind. So that was the whole idea. If you take a look at the map of where Common Core has been accepted, it's 45 states across the country that have adopted it, 5 states that have not, 1 has partial adoption, so like they've taken some of it, and 3 of them have actually taken it and then withdrawn from it. So
the majority.
Exactly. But the problem is, when it comes to standardized testing, sometimes the students may not be ready for SATs and ACTs because those tests are aligned with Common Core. So we took one of those questions. So we'll get rid of all like the specifics here and look at the question. It's a tough one.
And I promise I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Purposely didn't look at it.
It's a math question. So you have to add all of these things together and then tell us which number below is 1/10 of the expanded form above. And it's a lot to ask you right now. So we're going to put it on our Facebook page, and I'll come back a little bit later with the answer. But it's a tough question. Can you imagine being in 5th grade? This is a 5th grade question.
And it's one of those things where you have to know exactly how to work the question.
Exactly.
Parentheses first, exponents, that
and the
type of
answers
thing.
are pretty similar. So it's difficult to in the pressure of a test, to be able to figure out which one of these, because there's dozens of questions like this to be taking on a test. So.
Jarrett Hill, thank you so much. And
yes,
coming up a little bit later on in the show at 4:30, we'll be speaking with our Christy Post, because she actually got a chance to speak with someone about Common Core and what it means for these kids who have to take it.
For sure.
Thanks, Jarrett. We do appreciate it. All right, in your other headlines coming up this afternoon. At this hour, Pinellas Park police are searching for a suspect they say started shooting in the area this morning. That shooting putting 2 nearby schools on lockdown, Pinellas Park Elementary as well as Sanders School, for about 2 hours until around lunchtime. Again, police are still searching for that shooter. And in Pasco County, we're learning a former teacher is behind bars, arrested in a sex sting. 61-year-old Robert Edward Smith last worked at Land O'Lakes High School in 2012, but it was in Hernando County. Deputies say he was chatting online with someone he thought was a 13-year-old girl and trying to lure her to a hotel room for sex. All right, well, right now, a Tampa mom, she says she's very upset. Why, you may ask? Well, because she says the school bus stop her daughter has to actually walk to now, her children have to go to, it's a dangerous place to walk. We've got some video to show you right now. Jamie Austin says her kids are being picked up and dropped off at Fletcher and Coastal Key. Well, she says it's a high traffic area and she's afraid about what could happen to her children. Jamie says for years her kid's bus stop has been very close by at the traffic circle in front of her apartment complex. But just a few days ago, she got a letter from the school district saying that stop was changed to Fletcher.
My frustration level is very high. I mean, the kids could get hit by a car.
After calls and in-person meetings with school officials, Jamie says she was assured the bus stop would be moved back to its original position. But just this morning, Jamie says she shot the cell phone video you're seeing right now where her kids had to be picked up at that Fletcher bus stop. Of course, we'll stay on top of that one as well. All right, hot on the web right now. This is actually making national headlines. A Florida mom gets her son expelled from school because of a Facebook post. Seriously, just follow me here. We've got some video to show you. It happened in North Florida near Jacksonville. The boy's mom was reportedly frustrated with her son's school when she took to social media to complain. Well, the school saw it, and then they told her they weren't a good fit for the school, didn't want her son to come back. Well, the mother thought her page was private and the school wouldn't be able to see the post, which got us thinking here at the Now Tampa Bay. If her page is private, how in the world did the school see that post? Here's how. She admits she tagged the school in her post. Turns out that allows them to see it, even though her page is private. Good rule of thumb here. If you don't want it to be public, maybe you shouldn't put it on the internet. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe you just shouldn't put it on the internet. All right, right now, if you're a JP Morgan Chase customer, I need you to listen up. The bank, along with 6 others, has been hacked. That has been confirmed. Here's the information you need to know right now. We've seen a string of cyber attacks against U.S. banks lately, and we're learning it could be coming from Russia. The bank says it sees cyber attacks regularly, but the timing on this one is suspicious because of the tensions between the U.S. and Russia over sanctions. The bank says it has measures in place to protect itself, but if you see suspicious activity on your account, you're asked to contact your bank. All right, also this afternoon, we're minding your wallet, and even 7 years of topping the list of America's favorite credit cards, American Express, well, they have a little bit of competition. According to J.D. Power's annual report on credit card satisfaction, Discover tied American Express for the #1 spot. Both companies received scores of 819 out of a 1,000-point scale. Barclaycard, U.S. Bank, and Wells Fargo round out the top 5. All right, staying with your money headlines this afternoon. Investors are betting there's a lot of money to be made in fast disappearing photos. Wall Street Journal reporting investors value social media app Snapchat at about $10 billion. That's billion with a B. The disappearing message app is not yet profitable. Snapchat is rumored to have turned down a $3 billion buyout offer from Facebook. Its CEO says Snapchat's core audience is between 18 and 25 years of age, a demographic advertisers love. All right, well, it's a standard procedure for restaurants. You know, they put up those signs, the ones you can change. They put different things up on those signs. Well, one thing got posted on this pizza sign post-business hours. One pizza restaurant just south of US in Cape Coral is giving potential customers a bad taste in their mouths, and you're about to see why. Of course, we've blurred this out, but the restaurant is called Nice Guys Pizza, but they have some naughty language on their door. Take a look at your screen. You see it right there. It was posted next to the word on Monday. Of course, we've blurred that profanity out for you, but they will have to take it down because of city code. Bizarre story. All right, we got lots to get to on the Now Tampa Bay. Coming up at 4:56, how you can win free Taco Bell if you want to do that for an entire year. Free's my favorite price. You guys know that. Then at 4:30, a showdown between one of Tampa Bay's top attorneys as well as Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. They're going to show down about medical marijuana and what it could mean for you and your family. But first, at 4:15, we check on national headlines and what's trending now, including Joan Rivers rushed to the hospital after she stopped breathing reportedly during some sort of procedure earlier this morning. We'll have a check on her condition coming up. You're watching the Now Tampa Bay. Right now, you can indulge in the flavors of New Orleans right here in the Bay Area. Rue just opened its doors. You may recognize a few familiar faces inside that new restaurant. The owners also own the popular Dats and Dats Dough in Tampa. The new eatery is just blocks from Dats on McDill Avenue in a strip mall north of Gandy Boulevard. All right, ladies, I need you to pay attention right now. We've got an idea for you in our fashion segment today. You can do 3 different looks with a simple white button-down shirt. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Sammy Lugo, fashion contributor for The Now, and today I'm going to show you 3 ways to wear the white button-down blouse, which can be very tricky to style with your own wardrobe. So look number 1 is something you would wear to work, Sunday, church, or brunch. It's high contrast. Now it's the white blouse with printed and color bottoms. This is an A-line skirt which works well for a lot of different body types, very flattering. And you can accessorize however you want. Now in our sunny weather, we have sunglasses in this one. Look number 2 is a fun girls' night out look or a weekend look. In this case, you would pair a white blouse because it's a neutral with a bright color. Shorts are perfect for our weather. We're in Florida, so you can wear with wedges, sandals, or even ballerina flats. Look number 3 could also be a very nice, casual, everyday mom look. In this case, we pair the white button down with jeans. They could be skinny jeans or any type of jeans you feel comfortable with. Cuff the bottom to give it a little more sassy. We also added a nice, pretty rhinestone necklace to the look to add a little bit more pizzazz and make it a little bit more classy. So those are the 3 looks for your white button-down blouse. I'm Tammy, your style contributor for the Now, and you can find more at bstylist.com.
All right, Dennis is the man right now on this Friday Eve. Tell us what the weather's looking like outside.
You know, I'm driving in and there's a football game across the street.
There
in about
is.
3 hours and all the roads are blocked off and the traffic's kind of nasty, but the weather is perfect.
And
So
that's what we love for the boys of fall.
Absolutely. It doesn't feel very fall-like though, does it? If you look at
doesn't.
Titan Doppler radar, it doesn't look that way either, as we see plenty of clear skies across the area. Now, I suspect we're going to see a couple of showers and storms try to pop up just like we did last night. They're already beginning to develop across the southern sections of our viewing area. But outside of that, I think it'll be a very nice night across most of the area, and that includes for Ray J when the Bucks are taking on the Redskins. So at kickoff, it's still going to be very, very warm and muggy at about 87 degrees. And then heading home after, hopefully, a Bucks victory, skies will be partly cloudy, and temperatures will still be in the mid-80s. So let's take a look at Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. Rain chances begin to creep up into the Labor Day weekend. So if you're planning on going to the beach over the weekend, expect rain chances at about 40%. Afternoon highs still every bit as warm as we've seen over the last several days. You know, we've had 9 straight days of the high in Tampa, 93 or higher. So this has been pretty unusual. So as I said, heading into the weekend for Labor Day, lots of sunshine with showers returning late in the day. Laura?
All right, thanks, Dennis. 4:15 now. A new prank amongst gamers is a dangerous hoax called swatting. And it's got authorities warning the gamers, well, the game will be over if they keep crying wolf.
I think you're getting swatted.
This afternoon, police are still searching for the 911 caller who brought SWAT teams swarming on this unsuspecting gamer, bursting into this Littleton, Colorado video gaming company Wednesday. Guns drawn, all as the whole thing streamed live online.
The caller stated that he had just shot multiple people.
Officers, thinking they had an active shooter, set up a perimeter, evacuating businesses, locking down nearby schools. But police now believe it was all a hoax, a disturbing prank called swatting. Take this fake 911 call a couple years ago.
I'm going to shoot someone else soon.
That one sending cops to Miley Cyrus's front door. Now police say video gamers are making the phony calls to get SWAT teams racing to the homes of their opponents.
This is not a game. This is not an online game. We have real guns with real bullets, and there's a potential there for some tragedy.
It's becoming so common that Jordan Mathewson, the SWATee in Wednesday's incident,
This isn't good.
told other players he knew exactly what was happening.
I think we're getting swatted.
Fellow players watching the incident unfold on Twitch, a site where anonymous spectators can watch games played in real time.
Could have been any one of the thousands of people that were watching. They really liked the anonymity of being online and being able to get away with stuff, and they like to test that sometimes.
The real caller's identity still unknown, but police promising when they find them, it's officially game over. All right, well, coming up on the Now at Tampa Bay at 4:45, it's catastrophic. See what I did there? Hello Kitty is not really a cat. A lot of people in our newsroom actually talking about it right now. Also coming up on our national desk, we've got all the national headlines you'll be looking for. And lobster tails stolen? I'm not talking about Jameis Winston. Oops, did I say that? We've got that story coming up. As well as you can win Taco Bell for a year if you really want that. And you can get free trees in Tampa. I'll tell you how, coming up. This is the Now Tampa Bay. Right now, a bizarre reported heist out of Pinellas County. 2 women are accused of stealing lobster tails from the Ward Seafood Market and Galley in Clearwater. And then they allegedly hid them in a stroller. It all happened yesterday afternoon, and get this, the two women brought 3 children with them. At this hour, they're still on the run. Well, does your yard need some work? Well, today you can landscape for my favorite price of free. Well, the trees at least. All you have to do is request a tree online through the city of Tampa. You can even pick which kind of tree you really want, if you can believe that. So just make sure you go to the internet and find out where you can get that. All right, my co-host Ann McNamara is looking into the new attacks taking place in Ukraine today, and this is just all unfolding, right?
The hashtags Russia invaded Ukraine and Ukraine under attack are both trending on Twitter right now. Why, you may ask? Well, the Ukraine's foreign ministry asked for retweets about the crisis. In fact, they begged in this tweet, and it actually worked. So far, more than 4,000 retweets. And this is just one example of a new trend. International disagreements getting really popular on social media. Hashtag escalation is also being used to push out messages about Russia's decision to cross the Ukrainian border. And this video showing a new Russia flag flying atop a government building, plus Canada getting involved in all of this too. They're tweeting. Check out this one from Canada's NATO delegation reminding Russia where the border is. It's been retweeted more than 22,000 times. Joan Rivers is in critical condition right now in a New York hospital. The legendary comedian apparently had trouble breathing during a throat surgery this morning, according to TMZ, and was rushed from a clinic to a hospital in cardiac arrest. The 81-year-old star of East Fashion Police just made a book signing appearance.
All right, thanks, Ann. Well, if you were hoping to indulge in fatty foods this weekend, you may want to think again what it's doing not just to your waistline, but your mind. That's coming up at 4:56. And at 4:45, they're not just for techies. Smartwatches are now one of the hottest trends, and we'll check it out online. Plus, coming up at 30 after the hour, commotion over Common Core, the surprising announcement from one Florida school district as your kids prepare for the standardized test. This is the Now Tampa Bay. Welcome back to the Now Tampa Bay. I'm Laura Harris, keeping an eye on what's trending in Tampa Bay and outside our area. Right now, all eyes are on Lee County Schools in Fort Myers for making history. It's the first district in the state to say no to Common Core standardized testing. But some question if it's even legal and if it will hurt your kids. Our Christy Post went looking for answers.
Lee County making a statement.
We don't have standardized children. We don't want standardized tests.
Teachers and parents applauding the school board's 3-2 vote to do away with Common Core testing. The only problem going forward is what the consequences of opting out means.
They can actually make their own decisions now. They've been taught to think, not to just go along like sheeple.
The board's attorney spelled out some repercussions of how students might suffer. Third graders could be held back, seniors might not graduate, and state funding could cease. Diane Rotensteiner, the executive director at Huntington Learning Center, is seeing parents panic, but says districts can still teach the way they want.
So the counties do have the right to choose the curriculum and how the Common Core standards are taught. But it was my understanding they don't have a choice about accepting Common Core.
And accepting the standardized testing, she says, is key for Florida's children to stay competitive internationally.
What Common Core is going to do is take students to the next level. So instead of just memorizing information or regurgitating facts or things that they learn, they're going to be questioned about facts.
Like it or not, we're told Governor Rick Scott could make moves on what else happens in Lee County.
We reached out to Governor Rick Scott multiple times. I called his office about 3 times looking for a statement of what this actually means, because he has all the answers.
Exactly.
But we need to get them from him. So very frustrating. Then they told me to call our station in Fort Myers because he had a press conference earlier today, and he told them that he's looking into it. But I did read some research online. I saw on one website that he could actually force some of the school board members to step down. So we'll see if, he has the power to do that, and whether, this is actually legal, or the kids could get hurt in this, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Just a bizarre story, Christy.
Very bizarre.
Thank you so much. I know you'll stay on top of it. Well, earlier we posed the question for Common Core, a Common Core question is what I should say. In math is what we did. We put it up on our Facebook page. We want to know if you could answer this question. So what did we do? Well, we got our digital producer, Jarrett Hill, to actually post it to Facebook. And did anybody get the question right?
Actually, we did get someone to have the question right. We have a couple of people that got the answer correct. The correct answer is B. It is, I know you figured that out, right?
Well,
What? I'm sorry. Did you?
Look, I needed a calculator. I did. I can't do longhand math. I can't do that.
The real challenge in this question is the way that it's worded. It says which number below is 1/10 of the expanded form above, which really changes the whole thing because there's a whole equation and you think that's the answer, and then there's a second question that's there. So it was a kind of tough one.
All right, so people did answer it correctly, though.
They did. There's a pilot that answered the question, and he was.
They probably Googled it. Well, a pilot doesn't. I mean, they
Well,
do math
come on,
all the
that's math,
time.
right? Yeah.
All right. Well, Jared, thank you so much. We do appreciate it.
Of course. See you a little later.
All right. Well, Hillsborough County wants more of you hanging out in downtown Tampa starting today. And this is how they're planning on doing it, with Wi-Fi and free Wi-Fi at that. It will be in the Joe Chalura Courthouse Square and around Fred Carl County Center. That's at the corner of Pierce Street and Kennedy Boulevard. But before you plan to pull out your tablet, there's a catch. It's only available for 2 hours a day per person. All right, well, the battle for legalizing medical marijuana in our state continues to go on. And right now, we're still waiting on a debate between two different people who have two different views on what exactly should happen here in our state. One of them, John Morgan. The other, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. Our Jacqueline Inglace is live right now to give us a little bit more information on what she's learning. Jackie?
Well, we're out here at the Harrison Arts Center, and take a look behind me. You have all of the people waiting to get in to hear this debate. Many of them supporters of Amendment 2, others, just a medium amount of them, are not. But here's what we're in for tonight out here. Both Sheriff Judd and Attorney John Morgan will be flanked by panelists to debate this hot-button issue. Now, as many know, Judd is staunchly against Amendment 2, warning residents that if this does in fact pass, they're opening up Pandora's box, pointing to loopholes that would likely make marijuana available for sale even to children. But Morgan is disagreeing, saying legalization will truly help those people who are sick, people who traditional medications do not work for. Now, knowing Judd, we should be in for somewhat of an entertaining night out here. He already sent a message to Morgan saying, you better drop the boxing gloves and just bring your bare knuckles, because this is going to be a battle. Now, this debate is going to be kicking off at 6 o'clock, so about 90 minutes from now, we're going to carry that live on our website for you at abcactionnews.com. For now, though, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio. Laura?
All right, thank you so much, Jacqueline. Of course, we'll be watching that, and you can see updates on ABC Action News at 5 as well as 6 o'clock. Looking into your national headlines right now, let's go to my co-host, Ann McNamara. Well, those were your national headlines. Now back here at home, we've got Linda Hurtado, one of the anchors of the ABC Action News at 5. And what are you looking into today?
I got something for you today, Lauren. Hey, listen, we don't always do just serious news on the 5 o'clock news. Okay, take a look at this video that's trending, my favorite.
I'm pregnant. What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
Just get another baby. You just have two.
Oh, boy.
Why do you?
Okay, it goes on. I can't spoil the whole thing because the whole point is I'm teasing you to 5. But what would be the one thing you would think that this kid would demand if his mom's going to have another baby? That's what we're going to tell you tonight at 5.
What were you thinking?
Well, it makes no sense.
You already
To her
have 2 babies. I love it. Linda, thank you so much. We do
We'll see you
appreciate
at 5.
it. All right, well, coming up, do you need a job? Well, if you need one, we can tell you exactly what employers are looking for when they're looking for you. Also coming up, not too late to plan your Labor Day vacation. The Now Tampa Bay is here to help you out. We're back in just 3 minutes. Right now, it's a live look over at Ray J. Bucks fans are making their way to Raymond James for the last preseason game. Kickoff 7 o'clock against the Washington Redskins, and college football begins tonight as well. This is the very first time South Carolina is up against Texas A&M on the gridiron. All right, well, something else going on in Tampa Bay today. A lot of our local veterans looking to get hired. 65 local companies, including USAA, Home Depot, and Apple, are taking part in the event. The veterans' unemployment rate is around 9%, about 3% higher than the national average. Job fair organizers say their goal is to make the transition to civilian life easier for veterans. And from Amazon.com founder Jeff Bezos, 3 questions that employers should be asking themselves when they're interviewing you. Will you admire this person? He says you should be someone that your potential team can look to for inspiration. Will this person raise the average level of the group's effectiveness? Bezos says it's important that every new employee elevates the company in some way. And how might this person be a superstar? How could you, as an employee, be unique, add to the morale and flavor of the workplace with your talent? How about that? Jared, you add to our workplace. You've only been here for
I was going to say I've been here for 3
week?
days, yeah. But I was thinking in my interview, like, how can I inspire at ABC Action News? So, and I'm here now. So look at that.
Here. You got the job. All right. How about app of the day?
Can I inspire you with an app?
Please do.
Okay. So I know that a lot of people are always trying to learn new languages, and this new app is great. This is called Pop Talk, and it is an app that will help you to learn a new to learn a new language by playing a game. We all have those games that we love to play that are like Candy Crush and all those games that kind of help us escape a little bit. So this is one of those apps that does that for you, but it adds that element of learning another language. They focus on these various different kinds of learning. They say gamified motivation, which is motivation that comes along from the incentive of playing a game and winning points. They talk about learning specific methods and specific phrases that people actually use when they're learning languages, as opposed to a whole bunch of things that you would probably never use. Really cool thing, it comes in 11 different languages, which is really fantastic. And the thing you love the most, it's free.
My favorite part.
Exactly.
Every day of the week.
We've probably talked about that all show.
Who doesn't like free stuff?
Exactly. It comes in 11 different languages. It's available right now on the iPhone, and it's coming to other mobile devices as well.
I love it. When we talk about social media, you can't get past Throwback Thursday.
I'm trying to get past Throwback Thursday because this picture. You can guess who this one is.
Though.
Can you
it's
guess?
so good.
Hey, we'll move past that. Can you guess who this is, though?
That's Christy.
That's Christy Post.
Christy
That's
Post,
right.
our reporter.
Exactly. These are our Throwback Thursday photos.
This is circa what year, please?
Oh, I think I was like 8 or 9. It was a rough year. I lost 4 teeth all at one time. It was really, really tough.
I'm going to leave you alone. Christy's looking nice, though. Look at this nice outfit she's got
Christy
here.
Christy looks great.
Repping the Colorado Rockies. Look at that.
Indeed.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Jared.
Of course,
we do appreciate
of course.
it. All right, and for your national headlines, we've got Ann McNamara.
It looks like this is the year of the smartwatch. Everyone is counting down to a big announcement from Apple, maybe in less than 2 weeks. Our executive producer Aaron was a software manager. Now he's our resident tech guy. Everyone seems to be jumping into the smartwatch trend now.
Exactly. So Recode, which is a site I trust, says Apple's going to make an announcement about a wearable device on September 9th. Now, there's plenty of speculation about what that's going to be, but these are 3 watches we know are on the way already, just not from Apple.
And, I mean, these are watches, they're pretty good looking. I might wear one and maybe buy one for Christmas.
Exactly. The first generation of smartwatches no one wanted to wear. They were big, ugly bricks. These, maybe. All right, take a look at the first one here. The Moto 360. It's big.
All right, well, how about on this Throwback Thursday, we go way back.
Way back.
Way back with Jake from The List on an idea of what you can do with your family this Labor Day weekend.
Well, you know what? You've probably been past it before.
I have.
On I-4 up to Orlando, everyone goes past it. Dino World, it's right there. You see the big dinosaur. Well, we actually went inside because you know why? They're having a great deal this week. If you go with your family, they'll give you tickets to come back for free in December. So that's what we did. We went and tested out Dino World. You can see the T-Rex. When's the last time you saw an Acranthosaurus?
I don't even know what that is, and I'm not even going to try to say it, but I guess we can find it at Dino World.
You can. So go this Labor Day weekend. You'll get a free ticket to come back with your family in December.
Cool, and Jake's going to give us a sneak peek on The List tonight at 7 o'clock. Jake, thanks.
All right.
All right, at 4:55, it's a catastrophe. You get it? Hello Kitty is apparently not a cat. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then at 4:47, your headlines in 90 seconds, including Bay Area schools on lockdown. The Now Tampa Bay is back in just 2 minutes. Right now on the Now Tampa Bay, we're hearing from President Obama on the crisis in the Middle East. He says Secretary of State John Kerry will be going there to try and build a coalition of strong regional partners to confront the Islamic State. President Obama says ISIS poses an immediate threat to those in the region. 7 banks, along with J.P. Morgan Chase, the latest victims of hacking. We've seen a string of cyber attacks against U.S. banks lately, and we're learning it could be coming from Russia. The bank says it sees cyber attacks regularly, but the timing on this one is suspicious because of the tensions between the U.S. and Russia over sanctions. The bank says it has measures in place to protect itself. No word yet on what the damages might be. But if you see suspicious activity on your account, as always, contact your bank. In Pasco County, a man who made his career working with children now arrested in an online sex sting targeting child predators. 61-year-old Robert Edward Smith last worked at Land O'Lakes High School in 2012, but it was in Hernando County that deputies say he was chatting online with someone he thought was a 13-year-old girl and tried to lure her to a hotel room for sex. He's now in jail. Children at a couple of Pinellas County schools are coming home with quite the story. There was a shooting in Pinellas Park, and taking no chances, the district put several schools nearby on lockdown. That shooting was an attempted robbery in the 7000 block of 52nd Street North. Pinellas Park Elementary and Sanders School were on lockdown for about 2 hours until around lunchtime. That shooter has still not been arrested. All right, we're with Dennis Phillips right now. Big game going on. Last preseason game for the Bucks tonight, 7 o'clock. Dennis, it's probably going to be hot, but will it rain?
That's a tough question. You know, just in the last couple of minutes, we've been looking at some new numbers, some new model data. In fact, let's check it out because it might not be a bad idea to bring your poncho to the game. I mean, I'm talking 10 to 20% of the area is going to pick up an isolated shower, but if that 10 or 20% of the area is right on top of Ray J, there's going to be a lot of people exiting and not real happy with the forecast. So let me show you what's going on here. Right now, we still look at some very isolated showers, but look at the moisture that's streaming in from the south. So because of that, you just cannot rule out the possibility of an isolated shower. In fact, looking at our Futurecast model, it shows just that. By 8 o'clock, so by kickoff, things should be okay. But look what happens between 8 and 11 o'clock. All of a sudden, a few showers are going to try to develop. Now, pinpointing whether they're at Ray J or Temple Terrace or Town and Country, a little bit tricky, but there will be some isolated showers this evening. And that sets us up for your Labor Day weekend as rain chances go back to where they should this time of the year with highs in the low 90s. So your Labor Day weekend forecast, including Labor Day itself, lots of sunshine, sun and storms with high temperatures about 91 degrees. Laura?
All right, thank you so much, Dennis. Well, coming up, we still have plenty to go on the Now Tampa Bay. Do you want Taco Bell for a year? We've got a way. Stop. We're not asking you. We're asking them. We got a way you can get it. Also coming up, Brangelina, guess what? They've made it official. They're actually married. Can we clap it up? It's true. The Now Tampa Bay back in 3 minutes. Right now, you can pick up a copy of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine and see our first official The Now Tampa Bay magazine promo. You can also read through the whole magazine online. Well, time for your Diet Busters fact of the day. Burgers, French fries, pizza, all that junk food we all like to eat. Well, guess what? Apparently, it's addicting. That's according to a new study. Here's what we're learning on the Now Tampa Bay. There's scientific evidence that the more unhealthy foods you eat, the less desire your body has for healthy foods. Scientists say it's because our bodies respond to signals associated with food rewards. So we wind up with behavioral changes and a poor self-control. Oh, and while I just told you that you shouldn't eat fast food or bad food, you can win Taco Bell for free for an entire year, if you can believe that. Here's how you can do it. The fast food chain is starting the 11 Everlasting Dollars contest. They're releasing 11 altered dollar bills in 11 U.S. cities. Each winning bill will have a special serial number. If you find it and claim your prize, Taco Bell promises a lifetime of free food. Lifetime. So if you really like those chalupas, fans can track where bills might be on the Taco Bell website. And she's called Hello Kitty. But guess what? Hello Kitty, she's not really a kitty. And a lot of people are upset about it, calling it a catastrophe. See what I did there? We've got some video to show you. On the character's 40th birthday, well, she wound up surprising us. This is what she told us. It's creators saying Hello Kitty is a little girl from London named Kitty White. They say she walks on 2 legs, not 4, and even has a pet cat of her own named Charmy Kitty. And that's not all. Apparently Hello Kitty has an entire bio. She likes baking, making pancakes, origami, and eating apple pie. There we go, dispelling all kinds of rumors for you. All right, that's it for the Now Tampa Bay. ABC Action News at 5 starts right now.
Live from the station taking action for you.